Welcome back. My name is Trisha Jagtiani, and today I am here with the most popular functions in Excel, and those are VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP. VLOOKUP, which is the vertical lookup, is used to retrieve data from a table organized vertically, while HLOOKUP is used to retrieve data from the table organized horizontally. So we will first start with our VLOOKUP function. Let's look at my example sheet. In this sheet, I have the names of the students who have been placed through campus recruitment, and the database includes other details like their gender, stream, exam start date, end date, and JC updates. You will also notice that there are two information that is missing. One is the tentative date of joining and the commission received. This two information is available in the another database, which is on the different sheet called the base data sheet. You will see here that all the information is available along with the tentative date of joining and the commission received, which is missing in my current database. I need to retrieve these two information from the base data sheet. I can easily do that by using the VLOOKUP function. Now notice here again, in the base data, your database is organized vertically. When I say vertically, your headings are mentioned in the row and your data is just below those headings. And hence, these are shown vertically, and so I will be using the VLOOKUP function. To start with the VLOOKUP function, I'm going to start in the tentative date of joining, where I need to identify or retrieve it from the base data. In the VLOOKUP function, there are four arguments. One is your lookup value, second, table array, third, column index number, and then the fourth is the range lookup. Let's understand each of these arguments in detail. The lookup value is the value that you tell Excel to look for in your another database where you want to retrieve the data from. So the first thing that we need to do is to identify which of these data will be considered as a lookup value. So there are two rules to identify a lookup value. The first rule is that both the database where from the missing database and the database where you want to retrieve data from should have some columns in common. Because it is a VLOOKUP and it is checked vertically, we are going to see the columns. Both the databases have some columns in common, and those are name, gender, stream, exam start date, exam end date, and JC update. You will see in the base data also all these things are available: name, gender, stream, exam start date, exam end date, and JC updates. So then I have identified 6 such columns which can be used as a lookup value. However, there is another criteria which needs to be fulfilled for that particular column to be considered as the lookup value. The second condition is that it should be unique in itself. That means in that column, that same data could not occur twice. For example, your name is something which is unique. There will not be any duplicate information in the name column. However, if you look at other columns like gender, stream, name, exam start date, end date, JC update, all these can have duplicate information. Hence, I will consider my name column as the lookup value. Now I'll start with my VLOOKUP function. As soon as I open the bracket, it is asking me for the lookup value. The lookup value will be my name column. However, I'm not going to pick up the whole name column because I'm going to tell Excel, please look for Vedika Mehta in the base data and retrieve the information that I asked for. So lookup value is my Vedika Mehta. After putting a comma, Excel asks for the table array. Now table array is your database where you want to look for Vedika Mehta or want to look for lookup value. So I will go on to the base data, select the whole database, by using Control Shift Right, Control Shift Down. Once I do that, I will need to freeze my database. In order to do that, I'll press F4 key. As soon as I do that, you will see that the database is automatically freezed. Moving ahead, I'm not going to go back to my VLOOKUP sheet. I'll stay inside the database sheet and look for the formula in the formula bar. And then add a comma. As soon as I add comma, Excel then asks me for the column index number. I'm going a little up to show you what will be my column index number. In order to add a column index number, I will have to check where my first information in the base database sits. My first missing information is tentative date of joining, which is sitting in D. So then I have to give the number where D is available. My lookup value will always be my column index number 1. So my column index number is the 1 as name, 2 is gender, 3 is stream, and 4th is the tentative date of joining. Because I want to retrieve data from the 4th column, I'm going to say number 4. After that, I'll add a comma, and under the range lookup, there are two options that I have to pick from. One is the approximate match, and the second is the exact match. We will be picking up the exact match, which will force Excel to only look for the exact match for the lookup value. If I do not select the exact match, or I do not enter false in the last argument, Excel will by default pick up approximate match and will give you the result if it matches approximately. Once done, I'll close the bracket and press enter. Here you will see that Excel has picked up the tentative date of joining for the first student name, which is Vedika Mehta. Now I can drag the information down to get the result for all the other students. Similarly, if I want to identify the data for commission received, I will have to do the VLOOKUP function again. Lookup value will be my first student, which is Vedika Mehta. Again, going back to base data, select the whole database and then do F4, comma. This time I'll drag a little up to see where my commission received it, which is the last column. So I'll start with my first column, which is the name, because that is where my lookup value is. This is 1, then gender is 2, stream is 3, tentative date of joining is 4, exam start date is 5, exam end date is 6, JC update is 7, and commission received is 8. So I will enter 8 as my commission received, and then I will enter false as my range lookup because I need the exact lookup, and then close the bracket, press enter. I'll drag the information down. You will notice when I'm entering F4, when I'm selecting the base data, it is helping me to freeze the database. So even if I come down, the database will be freezed and it will not change due to relative referencing, and hence we are freezing the database. Another way to make your VLOOKUP dynamic is I'm going to delete this information and going back to my database. I have been freezing the database every time I select the the table array in the VLOOKUP. However, if I do not want to do that, or I know that I might miss doing that, I would want to change my base data or the data where I want to retrieve the information from into a table. So I can click on insert table by selecting my base data, insert the table. Once I insert the table, as we are already aware, this becomes dynamic. Now when I do a VLOOKUP function in any of these cells, looking for the first student name, here when I'm selecting the whole database, it will say table 2 because we have not changed the name of the table. It says table 2 all. I will not have to press F4 this time because I have given the name as table 2. Like we have seen in the other videos where we were trying to do sum using the table, there we did not use or we did not freeze the database because it is not going to change when I drag the information down as it is converted into a table. Or second reason why we convert into a table is because if there is a new information added to this database, table will automatically get added to my function as well. So it becomes dynamic that way. Now column index number, like I said, for the tentative date of joining, I'll have to count from the first column, which is my lookup value, that is name, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So my table index number is 4. So I'm going to pick that and put it in my database here, in my function here, which is 4, 0. Okay. In Excel, if I do not want to enter false, I can also enter 0. So in Excel, true is 1 and false is 0. So I can also enter 0 instead of false. Close the bracket, enter. Now if I drag the information, you will see that it is going to keep the table name as it is, not going to change. So your range or your table is not changing even if I'm taking or dragging the information or the formula down. This is making your function dynamic and your table constant. So it becomes very, very useful. Similarly, you can do the same for the commission receipt. We will also see now in the next video how you can use the VLOOKUP function with the match function in order to make your VLOOKUP dynamic. When I say VLOOKUP dynamic, you have been already picking up or giving a cell reference for the lookup value. You're giving the table array for your table array. So you're going to the table array and selecting or making it dynamic. However, your column index number is not dynamic. You're manually entering it. We will use a match function to identify or calculate this column index number and then enter to get the result dynamically. What will happen is if I add a new column in the base data or delete one column from the base data, your Excel will still pick up the right answer. It will not give you an incorrect information. So for example, if I have to delete one of the data from here, let's say I'm deleting this two information, you will see that your tentative date of joining is now changing in your Excel, which is giving you the 26th April, which is not correct. Your information should be 12th May. It has changed because now your 4 is exam start date. So instead of giving the tentative date of joining, it is giving you the information from the fourth column from the first one, which is your name, and the answer is exam start date, which is incorrect. It should check for tentative date of joining. But if we are using the match function, it will exactly look for the tentative date of joining from the base data and automatically only give you that information wherever the tentative date of joining is. So keep watching for more videos to see how we can make this more useful and more dynamic. Hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching.